Hello everyone, this is Ninja. This is episode 28 of Ninja Feeds the Beast. And today I'm going to add in some steam power and convert the steam power over to MJs and see if that ends up being better than all these engines running right here. Oh yeah, you can see these ink sacs following me around. I've got an item on me that actually does this. It teleports items that are 5 blocks away. It'll teleport anything within that range right to you, so you'll be able to grab stuff a lot easier that way. It's called the Coin of Fortune from the Xeno's Reliquary, I think is what it's called, mod, and that's also where this Emperor's Chalice is from. There's also like a handgun that you can make. Might give that a try in the future. But this Coin of Fortune is pretty cool. It you can even grab stuff from 15 blocks away. I haven't really tested this out yet, but yeah, see, if you right click it, you can activate it. These I think I can't pick up because they're actually from up there. So yeah, you can pick stuff up from, it says 15 blocks away if you sneak, right click, and then right click. I'll have to test that out though. I was able to pick them up that time. I don't know. It's maybe a little buggy, but because yeah, I think there's dead squid that start popping out up here somewhere, and if I get close enough to it, it will bring the ink sacs close to me, but it won't pick them up. So yeah, this thing's maybe a little buggy, but very cool to use while you're, doing projects and stuff, because, constantly breaking down items, you can pick them up real quick. Oh yeah, and let me show you the recipe for this. It's I have Ender gold. This one has some steps to it. The glowing water. You've got to first make this thing, the empty vials, and just use it on water. Then you make this, and yeah, glowing water is what's just surrounded with glowstone. So yeah, there's some steps to it, but if you can get some eyes of Ender, it's definitely a cool thing to have. I definitely plan on having one of these with me at all times from now on. Okay, so I have most of the items ready. I tried this out in creative, and it looked like it took about 6 stills actually to keep up with the steam boiler, at least at first. I think it maybe consumes more at first. I don't know. It says it's very inefficient at first, and then once it gets up to temperature, it starts burning a little slower. But so yeah, I'll try it out with 4 to start with, and if that's not good enough, just make some more. But I'm probably going to have to let these things fill up with biofuel first, because if it runs out of biofuel, the steam boiler is going to start cooling down, and then it's just going to get an endless cycle of burning the biofuel up, quickly, and not being able to get it full temperature. So we'll see. I may need to make a small tank over here too. Maybe I'll make a biofuel tank just to kind of keep a surplus over here in case I get to the point where I have a surplus. Okay, let's set up the power converters first, actually. Okay, so this is the steam consumer, BC producer. So the BC producer right there, and the steam. Let's have it come into the corner right here on the bridge. So yeah, no link, 0 so far. And the steam boiler, I'm gonna make the maximum size, max to, as far as I know, this is maximum size. So let's put it, give it a little bit more space in between there. These are the liquid fueled fireboxes, so you can feed liquid into it. And it connects up when it's complete. Now I should be able to click on this, and we need water for it, so I made a aqueous accumulator. Yeah, I think this is the water, and this should be where the biomass will go, and then this is the steam, or the biofuel goes in here. We need to convert the biomass into biofuel first with the stills, and that'll feed into this, and then the steam will come out the top here, feeding into here. So might as well just connect this stuff up while I'm over here. And double clicked because I'm lagging in this area because of all these engines. Yeah, you can really see what how this affects the frame rate, because in this area there's not really anything else going on besides this. I think the way I'm going to have this hooked up is actually there's going to be wires feeding back into it. I thought of maybe using some of these biogas engines. Maybe I'll set them up just to kickstart them, maybe, just in case they ever slow down, but I don't think we're really going to need them because this thing can power itself from the MJs that it's producing, or it can power the stills. I don't have really enough right now. Okay, now this is where the biofuel is going to come out. So let's set the stills. And put the power cords underneath, and you still need to grab some more from over here. No, I'm just going to borrow it for now. Okay, let's, so we're going to have some power going to waste at the moment. But, well, actually no, they'll still be getting power to the farms, so it's not totally wasted. I'm going to have to put levers above these. I think putting them right above should work. I only have one lever with me, of course. See if I have some in my bag here. I usually have extra levers, but I've been using a lot of them up lately. 2, so I just need one more. Okay, so let's grab this Tesseract. It's off anyway, so it doesn't matter if we take it now. You can have it above any one of these. Let's just put it up here. Okay, so when it says biomass in or out, this is in relation to the tank, so we want biomass out for this because we want biomass coming out of the tank and into these. Yeah, and this doesn't have power coming into it yet. Let's cut off the connection to the outside so it's not draining it at the moment. And put a redstone energy cell right here. And that should start producing the biofuel. Okay, one part I'm missing to this so far is the aqueous accumulator, so let's maybe dig this out a little more, and gonna have to put it behind it now. I could put it in front, but that just doesn't look right. Well, or I could put it right here. What if I could actually feed it into the bottom of this thing? Well, I don't know if that's actually possible, so I'm just gonna do what would look alright here, which is I'm gonna put it right here. Yeah, that way I don't have to dig behind it. And two water source blocks should be enough. I think that's what I've been told, at least. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah. I tried actually earlier with one to the side of it and then one underneath, and that didn't seem to have the aqueous accumulator going at full speed. but this looks like it'll keep up. Okay, so I just need another lever, and I need these things to start producing. They aren't so far because I forgot to switch the output on this. Okay, there we go. Now these things should start doing their thing. It doesn't really show an amount, you'll just start seeing a little line right here. Okay, so I'm gonna wait till these are pretty much full to start running this because I want to get this heated up, and maybe this will be fast enough to actually run it. I looked into what's best to actually make the biofuel, and it looks like these are maybe the mid-level efficiency. There's a distillation tower from Greg Tech that actually looks like the best thing for this setup, but I'm not sure how expensive that is. Let me actually look that up real quick. Yeah, distillation tower. I'm not sure how many blocks this takes, and if it takes the highly advanced machine blocks or not, because those are real expensive. Probably have enough for it now though, because I've got a ton of rubies, and that's the main thing you need to make chrome, I think it is. Yeah. Centrifuge, flow circuits. That's not too expensive actually. Oh, the electrolyzer. Electrolyzer's not too expensive either. So we'll make one of these later, but for now I just want to see how much power this produces, and we can maybe replace this with a distillation tower later. And I'm not sure if I need to do this or not, if the steam will actually just get forced out, but I'm going to do this and we'll see what happens once it starts producing steam. I couldn't see how this would hurt though, because it just draws stuff out quicker anyway. Okay, we're 3/4 of a tank on all these. Let's get these turned on. Alright, now let's see how full that gets this. And it fills it all the way up. That looks like 16 buckets. And oh, this one's still got some. That's good. So I got a little bit of reserve going on. But once this reserve runs out, then this thing is going to have to keep up, which I don't think it will. I think I had 6 running in creative to actually kind of keep up with the steam boiler. But I started out with a lot less though, so this thing, from what I remember reading about it, it gets more efficient as it gets hotter. Okay, I think I have room to add more stills, so I know at this point that it's not going to keep up. We're going to run out, I think, before this gets to maximum temperature, and that's going to be kind of pointless, so I'm going to make a couple more stills, and I have plenty of resources, so if I do make a distillation tower, it's no big deal if these things are basically just going to go into a chest and not be used anymore. I don't really care. Got one of these again. Weird stuff. Okay, so now we got 6 on the job. Maybe it'll keep up with it now, because yeah, you can see it's starting to get lower. It should start going up, maybe, hopefully. Okay, and yeah, 100 degrees is where the steam starts getting produced, so let's take a look at the converter and see what it's doing. Oh, yeah, okay, I do have to turn it on. 2 MJs out? Or okay, let's yeah, okay, I think it's limited because this is already feeding it the MJs that it needs. So let's bring this down into the Okay, so it should be producing more now, and you should start seeing the charge going down to 0. Alright, so 32 MJs per tick out. Okay, I have tried some other things out. I think having the output on these does make it a little bit better, like, because you could just let it flow out on its own, and it doesn't seem to produce quite as much power. And you need to have multiple outputs of this. This might actually be able to produce more because it's fully charged now, and it's producing 100. But this thing takes 100, so that tells me that this is what's limiting it now, is the input. So I'm gonna try putting a cable to home, and it should now be a little bit higher, maybe. Yeah, 128. So I actually could probably make some more steam consumers and bring this up, because it's still okay. It's starting to go down a little bit now, but I think once it gets even higher in temperature. Oh yeah, and it's starting to fill up with biofuel. Okay, I didn't even see that. So it's actually starting to burn less biofuel now that it's hotter. And it should maybe produce more steam as it gets hotter too. I don't know. Well, I'll leave this setup the way it is right now, and I'll see if the steam level changes. Well, one thing though, I don't know if I mentioned, I have it coming into multiple sides. If I just had all this merging into one pipe and then coming into one input on the consumer, I think the maximum was 160 and the output was 32. So it seems like 32 MJ per each side of steam that you have coming into it. Oh, also I forgot to mention I added these because I was actually starting to get low on power here. Don't need them anymore though. I'll just shut them off for now. Alright, when we last left off, I was waiting on the steam boiler to get to full heat. Since then, had a lot of time to play, and I've done quite a bit. Where to start? Alright, I made a tank for the biogas, and I put remote sensor kits on them, or remote liquid sensor kits, I think. And I can see what my levels are at, so I can just kind of keep an eye on both of them. This one is over by the steam boilers, and let's go there right now. I believe my portal's over there still. Okay, I made a tank here, maximum size, and it was filling up for a bit, but I actually made a couple more steam boilers, and I got them hooked up to the converter in pretty much the most compact way that I could think of at the time, at least. So I've got 3 of them running. These aren't full heat yet, and from what I read in the wiki, it's actually 8 times less efficient when you first start it. So that explains why this thing was so hungry at first for biofuel. And this one is getting nearly up to full heat already. So this one isn't burning quite as much. But yeah, this one is still going through biofuel really fast. But since we have about 400 something buckets, 480 something buckets, it's not going to go through that before it heats up. So I could probably even add 1 or 2 more, and these stills will keep up with it. And I have that, you know, going into the tank, and this is actually, you know, getting it from the tank. So and it seems to be pretty good. I mean, it's about 105 MJs. Well, this one's not doing the full energy for some reason. Let me check the inputs. Huh. Yeah, well, you can see this one. This is what it should be. It's going between 100 and like 110, something like that. So I'd say 105 is what these make, and you can see this is fully empty, so that it's draining a little faster than it can produce the steam, but it's kind of right at the edge of it. So it seems like if you were to have it full, you'd kind of be wasting steam, because I don't think it slows down how much it's consuming, so you might as well, you know, drain it as fast as you can, I guess. 4 outputs seems to be the best way to get the stuff out. 3 is too little, and I've gone crazy with my wand of equal trade. I made some windows over here. I'm not sure if I actually showed you guys this already, but in case I didn't, I'll show you now. It's I replaced the entire floor here with half slabs, so I wouldn't have any more spawning of slimes. And I've done a good portion of the roof into glass over here. And I added stairs, and I completed the sugarcane farm, as you can see, and added some of these inverted blue lamps here, the Lumar lamps or whatever they're called, so I wouldn't have as much spawning. Top level, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do up here, because those lamps are like, you know, up a little higher. I might put some wrath lamps above it or something. Maybe I'll hang them from the ceiling. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. It's no big deal anyway, because when I come over here, I don't really have a lot of spawns going on. But yeah, this is gonna look really cool when it's done. I think you can have this way you don't have to worry or wonder. This way you don't have to wonder what time of day it is. And it just, yeah, it looks pretty cool, I think. And I also added some windows at home. Oh, this one that comes at the bottom. Yeah, okay. I have another entrance up here at the top corner. I need to change this a little bit. It's kind of weird to fly around. It's kind of hard to get up to sometimes. But this connects up to this room right here, but it also connects to the hallway that led to the quarry, and that also goes over to the fortress. I changed my windows from panes to the full blocks because you can see through them better, and because yeah, I kind of like having somewhat of a view out this way, and over this way you can see the sunrise, so you know when it's transitioning from day to night or whatever. Okay, one thing I'm gonna add, or actually one thing that I made here was the distillation tower. Just a lot of, you know, smaller machines that you gotta make for this. A little expensive with the highly advanced machine block, but the real expensive thing is you need 16 advanced machine blocks for this. I'm gonna go set this where I want it permanently set up, actually, which is gonna be over here. I don't think I want to add too many more machines at home. I was thinking of maybe putting it like either here or maybe over here. I'm not sure. Closer to the tank would be good anyway. Just means the liquid, well, the liquid travels pretty fast in any case. But all right, let's set this thing right here for the moment, at least, because I want to show you guys in the setup for the advanced, or the machine casings that you got to make for this thing. So this one is actually 5 tall, and in the middle you need the advanced machine blocks. It's pretty cheap for the other ones. This is just the basics, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, this is the expensive part right here. The advanced machine casings. I'm making a bunch of chrome right now, which should, you know, gotta macerate a bunch of, what do you call it, macerated ruby or emerald, whatever it's called. Like, God, I can't think of any words right now. Yeah, ruby. So I've got a bunch of ruby dust, putting a lot of that in the electrolyzer. Yeah. You put this in the electrolyzer and you get chrome dust from it. So, and I think I'm actually going to set this thing up so it has empty cells that automatically will come into it. And I'm in the process of switching everything over to applied energistics. And like with these machines, I have this one is actually hooked up to do some auto crafting of some of the things like reinforced iron. Yeah, I have reinforced iron taught to it, rubber to make rubber bars, because I don't want this automatically done anymore, because there are some recipes you can use with the unsmelted rubber. And glass. This is how I've been replacing a lot of the glass. Okay, I'm actually going to demonstrate how I'm doing these patterns for the auto processing. Like this one, I'm going to have into the macerator. I want coal to make coal dust, so I can start to auto craft this. And you just have to have, you know, the thing you're putting in and the thing you want to output. But you got to make sure it's the right ID code. Like if I had another type of coal dust, this wouldn't work. So just got to make sure it's the right thing. And just put this guy in here, and we should be able to make coal dust now. There's other things I actually want to do with coal dust. Like I want to be able to auto craft these carbon plates, and that should be possible. So let's take out our existing coal dust and let's see if this works. Maybe make a stack. There we go. So we've got auto processing. Well, it's not really fully automatic. You have to request it. But if any other recipe needs this coal dust, it'll automatically do it too, so that's very good. And also you need with this a ME import bus. And with this you can actually move single items or stacks out, so you can determine like how fast it's taking things out. This only needs single items. I don't think it's any faster than that. You can make it move stacks. I don't know, maybe I'll just leave it there. And this is, you know, for redstone signal, if you want to give it a signal or not. Once per pulse, that's actually a good setting too. So I'm going to continue doing this for all my advanced machines, and I want to do it up here too with the GregTech stuff. I haven't decided yet how I'm going to have the outputs, if I'm going to have an output for each of these, or if I'm still just going to have them all go to one chest right here and have one import bus connected to the chest. But I definitely want to have like an import bus here for all my ores, so they automatically come here, because you don't really, there's no use in keeping the ores unprocessed. The problem with that is you can only have 8 things that you're putting into the bus, so I may have like a chest above this thing up here, and maybe a gate just emptying the chest out into this, and that way I could have 2 import buses or more, so that way I can put as many things in here that I want to, without actually having to make another machine. I may actually make another one of these just for manual stuff, for times that I'm actually using the mercury cells, because you don't want things automatically coming in here while you're auto doing stuff. And that's the way it is right now. I have to kind of just chance it, you know, put a mercury cell in here. If something comes in, then you waste those mercury cells. So I may make another one of those, and you can put it on the side. Like, you can use the same casings for multiple machines. Like, I could put another furnace right here if I wanted to, but I don't want to, so. And the same thing with this, I'd like to put something on the bottom so it automatically has coal dust in the bottom here, because this is how I've been making my steel. Just put a ton of refined iron in here, and manually coming up here and putting in the coal dust. Let's keep this thing fed with ruby dust so we can keep our chrome going. Okay, and keep putting cells in. So yeah, getting things more automated now. Applied Energistics makes that very easy, and I think if I were to start up another world, I would probably do everything Applied Energistics right away. Like, I don't think I would bother automating things in another way. Like, I just have the machines here, manually do it until you can get the Applied Energistics stuff to it. I'm also going to move this room, I think. I don't know. I don't know what the best solution is. Like, if I... because this is all for tiny pile processing down here. This is a very cheap way of doing it. I could have like an import bus on the bottom of these chests, so things would automatically, like the tiny piles would automatically come here. I think I'm gonna have this up by my inventory room though. I'm gonna maybe expand that room outwards so everything is as fast as possible. The way it is set up right now, it just has too much space to travel over, and yeah, I'd like to speed everything up a bit. I also need to figure out how I'm gonna put stuff into the void. Like, say if I get full on cobblestone, sand, or gravel or whatever, I want to have that automatically coming out into the void. Could probably have an export bus for that too. So yeah, I think this room is gonna be cleared out. I'm gonna put all this stuff upstairs, and it's all gonna be kind of in one place. And this really should kind of decrease some of the lag. I know having a lot of pipes around are probably not helping with my frame rate situation, so I think moving everything over to Applied Energistics will maybe help in that regard too. I think a lot of it is just the GregTech machines and, you know, solar panels, all the power variables moving around and stuff. I think that's mainly what's causing the frame rate issue here now. Shouldn't be too much graphic stuff anymore really, because there's not a lot of animations that are playing. When I had all my biogas engines running over here, my frame rate dropped to about what it was at home before, which was like 15 FPS. So removing those actually, I think, increases the frame rate quite a bit too. Because yeah, I had those over here before. As soon as I removed them, my frame rate is that isn't that good over here either. But I'm kind of close to my farms down there now. Now you can see exactly how far away I am, which it's just at the end of this hallway. Yeah. So these could be causing, well, my frame rate is actually better here. It's 20, so that wouldn't be causing it actually. So whatever's going on here is decreasing the frame rate. These tanks may actually do it too. I'm not sure. Either way, it's playable now. I don't know. It's not. I don't think I'm going to focus too much on really moving too much more around. I think it's at a pretty acceptable level now. Okay, and I'll show you how changing over all my and here let's do a little more of the wand of equal trade. I love this thing. It really makes building so much easier, because you could just start off with cobblestone or something real cheap that you have a ton of, and you can come back later and switch it out. Awesome. So I have a feeling can probably add some more steam boilers, and maybe add some more of these. Although I think these are consuming biomass as fast as this thing can produce it, so I think we've reached our limit there. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I couldn't add more of these. I'm not sure how fast the distillation tower is. I know it's very efficient. Like it produces it's got a 2-to-1 ratio on biomass, so for every 2 buckets of biomass you get 1 bucket of biofuel out of that. And for right now, the way this still works is I think it's somewhere around 4-to-1 or like 5-to-2 or something like that. I think so it'll be a lot better, but oh, this is actually going down a little bit, because it was hanging at 44% for pretty much a few hours last night. So yeah, we're actually going through biomass quicker than we can produce it at the moment. I could always change that by adding another another sugarcane farm, another layer to it or something. Okay, I think I'm going to call that an end of this episode. Next one, I think we're going to start messing with Mistcraft. And it looks like they've updated it quite a bit, and it works a lot differently than it did before. Instead of using the symbols that you would discover by visiting random worlds, you actually have to get pages. And you can get those there's libraries that generate, and I'm not sure if they generate in the overworld or if you have to go to a Mistcraft dimension to actually get those libraries. But you have to find villages, and you have to get the pages there's like a house that they make for a villager there, and that villager you can trade with, and he'll give you pages that you can buy with emeralds and stuff. So I think I'm gonna get into that next episode. That should be fun for sure. I was gonna make what's it called, a link modifier, but that has been removed from the game. I guess they said it was for more of like testing purposes. So yeah, I can't do that. It says you can get stuff by other means. Like I could probably make multiple linking books. Like I could have a dimension that I could use as like a hub that would have all my other like destinations. Like I could have multiple destinations here, and I could get to those by that hub. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a kind of like a travel point, and I'll probably do it in like a void world or something like that, something that'll load like insanely fast. So yeah, that'll be cool. I think that's going to be one of my next projects that I'm going to start working on, and I'll continue expanding the energy production with the biofuel from steam boilers. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time.